Yo guys, it's Ozgun here and welcome to the channel. In this tutorial, I'm gonna make a full start to finish hard techno track similar to Samuel Moriero style. And as always, if you like to get this FLP, you can check the memberships of my YouTube channel and my Patreon. And if you're ready, let's jump to that video. So guys, let's make the BPM 160. So guys, that's the kick I'm gonna use. It's a hard techno kick from Lister's hard techno sample pack. I'm gonna shorten it and place it like this. Control B. And I'm gonna use a top kick as well, just like that. So that's a kick from Trey Pierce pack. It's amazing pack. Let's just get a portion of it. Now it's cutting through. So let's route the kicks to their own channel. For the top kick, we should put a low cut so it doesn't interfere with the main kick. But if you realize, right now, because we added a top kick, we are having some peaks. You see, like the attack part of the kick is now become too loud. So I like to just put a clipper. You can use any clipper you like. So first, let's revert the volume. And then just hard clip. I'm not gonna overdo it just to tame the transient. Okay, next up, I'm gonna work on the bass. So I'm gonna make the track in the note of D. So this is a preset I'm gonna use. Let's place the MIDI. Maybe we can tweak the preset a little bit. I can open some cutoff, but also I can create another envelope. And maybe like... What if I double the MIDI? Let me sidechain. So I'm gonna use two side chains. The verse up is gonna be very wobbly. And one more side chain. This is gonna be a little bit smoother. Maybe some blood over. And let me EQ it a little bit. Let me boost the first fundamental, which is D1. And I'm hearing some resonation. Yep. Sounds nice. And also, I think I can just give some small EQ touch to the kick as well. I like to hear a little bit more punch, then I can boost 100 hertz just a little. Maybe I can boost after clipper, because when I boost before the clipper, I'm getting a little bit distortion because of the hard clip process. And let me lower the top kick a little. I think bassline is nice, but we need to create some, Phrygian type of melody in the bassline. So what I mean is like changing the last notes like this. So then we would have a 4-bar, bass pattern. Let me just copy the top kick. Also, I see the waveform is moving constantly, so I can just make the MIDI a little bit tighter, which should solve the problem. Yeah, now it's same every hit. Again, the problem with the kick, so kick, because we're in 160 BPM, the kick is a little bit short, The kick's tail and the bass is not touching each other. So what I'm gonna do would be a little bit experimental. I'm gonna clone the kick. I don't know if that's the way to do it, but if it sounds good, no one cares. I'm gonna extend the kick's tail a little bit. Just like this. And I make sure I'm just following the same phase in the connection point, And then I'm gonna shorten the top layer. Then I'm gonna just connect them. So let me do it a little bit in detail, just like that. It looks okay. Maybe I don't even put them in the same channel. I think that's okay. Now it's time to work on the lead. That's the sound I'm gonna use. I think this sound is very similar to his style. That's why I picked this. Let's call it lead. Okay, I'm not gonna use DST. I know DST is amazing, but I can. Let's give it some distortion. Low cut. Sidechain. That's it for now. And maybe OTT, yeah. So in here, in the fourth bar, our bass goes F, D sharp and D, right? So we can follow the same thing. So that's the first drop melody pattern. So in this type of drops, in this type of hard techno, you don't need extra crazy melodies, you know, you just need a nice solid foundation of a rhythm. And as you see, I'm just having one note, root, and the octave, and Phrygian 2nd degree, 7th degree, and 3rd degree. So like I only have 4 notes and a solid foundation of rhythm. And in the next part, he's doing something different. He's now putting all the melody to the 5th of the scale. So D is the 1st degree and A is the 5th degree of this scale. So let me put it to Phrygian D, and you can see that A and A sharp is the 5th and the 6th. So let's move everything there. And maybe 1 octave lower. Nice. Like this. And it should be like this. Last part of the first drop, I think I'm gonna use some vocals. For the vocal, I just find this one on Dropgun Hard Techno sample pack. Let me put it to key and BPM. So this is like F sharp, F, E, D sharp, D.
Eyes, lips, hot hips, girl, boy, body, this night, kiss, we dip, girl.
144 BPM.
Eyes, lips, hot hips, girl, boy, body, this night, kiss.
I think this would be a nice fit to the last part of the drop.
Eyes, lips, hot hips, girl, boy, body, this night, kiss, we dip, girl, boy, body, this. Eyes, lips, hot hips.
But I got an idea. Since sample pack vocals are kind of overused and I don't want to use it as it is, I like to chop it, you know, and in the gaps I can make like call and responses.
Eyes, lips, hot hips. Night, kiss, we dip.
And I can just put some responses with, like screeches and some similar sounds. And also I like to just maybe change this to a male vocal, maybe some, rapper voice with Odimi. And all we gotta do is just drag drop this to here. And then let's just switch voice. Can we search rap?
Money left by the masters like you.
Wanna hide this.
Yes, this one was the one I'm searching for. So this is pretty famous, like this British accent of love male vocal. So we gotta do like this. I'm gonna choose the key. This was F sharp minor. And since the vocal is a female, and in order to convert it to a male vocal, we gotta pitch it 12 semitone down. And also now this is still F sharp in the love male octave, but we need to put it 400 more in order to, so then I don't need to pitch it down to D minor in the FL Studio, so I can just do it in Odimi. So it's gonna be minus 16 semitones. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, since this is a dry vocal, I can just convert it. Even I can just use 2 vocals at the same time. Why not? Okay, I got the vocal. I just drag drop this to my project. All I gotta do is just put it to tempo 144, and that should be it.
Eyes, lips, hot hips, girl, boy, baddie, this night, kiss, we dip, girl, boy, baddie, this. Eyes, lips, hot hips, girl, boy, baddie, this night, kiss, we dip, girl, boy, baddie, this. Eyes, lips, hot hips.
You know, it's just perfect.
Eyes, lips, hot hips, girl, boy, baddie, this night, kiss, we dip, girl, boy, baddie, this. Eyes, lips, hot hips, girl, boy, baddie.
Okay, let me chop the second one as well. I can use them like full vocals in the breakdown or like in the build-up, but in the drop, I don't want to do that.
Eyes, lips, hot hips.
Lower the tails a little bit.
Eyes, lips, hot hips.
Yes. And let me route them to vocal channel. I'm gonna put my vocal chain. You can download this from my website for free.
Eyes, lips, hot hips. 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 Night kiss, we dip. Eyes, lips, hot hips. Night kiss, we dip. Eyes, lips, hot hips. Night kiss, we dip.
I'm gonna do a love cut.
Eyes, lips, hot hips. Night kiss, we dip. Eyes, lips, hot hips. Eyes, lips, hot hips. Eyes, lips, hot hips. Night kiss, we dip. Eyes, lips, hot hips.
Okay, now let me put some screeches in the between. Probably I'm gonna use the same screeches in the second drop as well. So this time I'm gonna use the preset from Dropgun sample pack. Let's call it Screech. Let's side chain it. Or even I can just copy the love cut, OTT, and kickstart from previous lead channel.
Eyes, lips, hot hips.
Let me do it like this. Because yeah, in the second drop, I can put more MIDI to here. I like to just make it accurate. This is gonna be the colon response in the second drop as well. So now I'm writing the responses.
Night kiss, we dip.
And maybe let's make them a little bit faster, like in the beginning. I think sounds better. So now let's copy this to here. In here, I'm gonna have maybe another synth. Let me clone Serum. And again from the same pack. Okay, that's nice. Let's copy it like this.
Eyes, lips, hot hips. Night kiss, we dip. Eyes, lips, hot hips. Night kiss, we dip.
Now we got the foundation, but we gotta work on the fills for sure. So let's get some big snare, which is pretty crucial. This is from a very old pack. You know, very classical one. And in the next part, I'm gonna introduce the claps. Let me put it to here. I like to put some reverb, you know, like gated reverbs to the claps. For this, let's get any preset that doesn't matter. Activate tempo and let's find the correct timing. Yeah, that sounds nice. Some cleanup maybe. Maybe love cut. And I'm gonna copy this to like the whole drop. And after 8 bar, let's delete the like everything so we can create some fill part in here. So in modern hard techno, you use a lot of hardstyle sounds like this. 8 notes of F, 200 down, or 300 down, yeah. It becomes D. Should I put it to... Maybe I can just stretch it to fit exactly. And let me get some clap. Or maybe some 9/1 snare that would fit as well. And let me layer this with fill from Dropgun sample pack again. 163. Like this. Okay, sounds nice. And let me put the fill, big fill we have. And now we got a nice drop fill. I think I made it a little bit late. It should be in here. Sorry, my bad. Let me move it to here. And let me fix this part by copying, pasting the next section. Okay. I think this big snare fill needs to be all the time in every 8 bar. Let me get this crash as well. And in the next part, again, let's delete the last 4 bars, 4 beats, and copy the fill we have. And double kicks are pretty important. Just don't forget to get rid of the bass when you have a double kick. And in the last part, again, I'm gonna put some fill. I'm gonna grab this Kashmir brass step. We can do some fill like this. Bam, bam, bam. Just like the bass progression of we have. Alt, double click so you can individually pitch the sound. 2 down. And this one, 3 semitone down. Maybe big snare should stay. And let's put some top loop. So probably we can have it. So I'm gonna put it behind the vocal parts.
Eyes, lips, hot hips. Like this we dip. Eyes, lips, hot hips. Like this we dip.
I'm gonna sidechain this top loop so it will pump better with the track.
Like this we dip.
And even we can introduce it with some small fade in the fill part. So I'm going to put a limiter to the master. So let's put some actual delay reverb for the leads, because currently the FX is coming from the preset, Serum preset itself. So I like to have more control on them. Let me mute the FX from the preset, like this. Same thing for screech leads as well. Okay, let's jump to breakdown and let's copy the vocals. And as I said, maybe we can have the vocals like the full loop in the breakdown.
Eyes, lips, hot hips, girl, boy, baddie this night.
So maybe we can start with Odemy and then we can introduce the original sample.
Eyes, lips, hot hips, girl, boy.
Eyes, lips, hot hips, girl, boy, baddie this night. Kiss, we dip, girl, boy, baddie this. Eyes, lips, hot hips, girl, boy, baddie this night. Kiss, we dip, girl, boy, baddie this.
And let's put a respace. Yeah, we will just use the same pattern. Maybe in the beginning we can just hold one note. It start like this.
Eyes, lips, hot hips, girl, boy, baddie this night. Kiss, we dip, girl, boy, baddie this. Lips, hot hips, girl, boy, baddie this night. Kiss, we dip, girl, boy, baddie this. Eyes, lips, hot hips, girl, boy, baddie this night. Kiss, we dip, girl, boy, baddie this. Eyes, lips, hot hips, girl, boy, baddie this night. Kiss, we dip, girl, boy, baddie this. Eyes, lips, hot hips, girl, boy, baddie this night. Kiss, we dip, girl, boy, baddie this.
So overall, this is gonna be our breakdown, and then after 16 bars, we will go to the build up for the second drop. And let's put some ARP just behind the vocals. And for the breakdown, actually, I don't mind to use minor instead of Phrygian, So that's minor. If I put the second half note down, that will be the Phrygian. But yeah, in the breakdown, it's okay to use minor in my opinion. Let me put it to mixer, call it ARP. Let me put the respace to mixer as well.
Eyes, lips, hot hips, girl, boy, baddie this night. Kiss, we dip, girl, boy, baddie this. Eyes, lips, hot hips, girl, boy, baddie this night. Kiss, we dip, girl, boy, baddie this. Eyes, lips, hot hips, girl, boy,
Okay, let's put some top loop to here.
we dip, girl, boy, baddie this. Eyes, lips, hot hips, girl, boy, baddie this night. Kiss, we dip, girl, boy, baddie this. Eyes, lips, hot hips, girl, boy, baddie this night. Kiss, we dip, girl, boy, baddie this.
And actually, we can also tease the melody in the breakdown like this.
Baddie this, eyes, lips, hot hips, girl, boy, baddie this night. Kiss, we dip, girl, boy, baddie this. Eyes, lips, hot hips, girl, boy, baddie this night. Kiss, we dip, girl, boy, baddie this.
And now it becomes a little bit hectic. Let's fix the mixing.
Eyes, lips, hot hips, girl.
I think we should put some filter and filter the leads a little bit.
Eyes, lips, hot hips, girl, boy, baddie this night. Kiss, we dip, girl, boy, baddie this. Eyes, lips, hot hips, girl, boy, baddie this night. Kiss, we dip, girl, boy, baddie this. Eyes, lips, hot hips. Eyes, lips, hot hips, girl, boy, baddie this night. Kiss, we dip, girl, boy, baddie this. Eyes.
So for this breakbeat, we need to create some ghost kicks. So with the ghost kick, we should sidechain the respace because they will clash, you know, if there's no sidechain. So I'm gonna just get any kick, make unique, and then place it to, let's say, channel 3, kick 3, and unroot it from the master. So this is not gonna be hearable when we... But we got the information right. So you just need to connect this channel to the respace and put there any sidechain plugin. Let me go kickstart. Let's choose curve like this, and in the processing tab choose the sidechain input and choose the audio, you know. Now when the kick, so when there's ghost kick, we will get this sidechain effect. You know, like this. And you need to place the ghost kick whenever you have kick in the loop. And I think I accidentally sent the signal. We need to just send it as a sidechain input, not send the actual signal. Yeah, like this. Yeah, that's it.
Girl, boy, baddie this. Eyes, lips, hot hips. Girl, boy, baddie this night. Kiss, we dip. Girl, boy, baddie this. Girl, boy, baddie this. Eyes, lips, hot hips.
Now we are getting the build up. Let me place some build up snares. And in the second part, I think we can get just a one shot like this. And I think we should pitch up the respace. Let me put it to 12 semitones. Tweak it once, tools, last tweaked, create automation clip. Let's place it behind the bass MIDI. So we can just, I don't know, do it like this. And I'm gonna create a riser channel here. You can put your own riser, but I think it's easier to, you know, create it if you have a riser preset, which is pretty easy to make. I already had a tutorial how to make those. So I'm gonna just grab one of mine. Because that's 7 bar, so I just put the LFO 1 instead of 8 to the 7. Now it's going 1 octave higher in the 7. Now I match the pitch band range with the respace I have. Let's place the MIDI. And even I can duplicate this one, get the same MIDI. And in the same pack, I had a sweep up as well as a preset. Let me put the vocals once more.
Fatty this, ice lips, hot hips, girl, boy, fatty this, night kiss, we dip, girl, boy, fatty this, ice lips, hot hips, girl, boy, fatty this.
I'm gonna loop it like this, and even maybe I can pitch them up. I think for the pitching, I'm just gonna create a formant pitch instead of tune pitch. So that's gonna sound different, and I'm sure it's gonna be very pleasant and unique. Let me just create the automation like this. So in here, it's gonna go down like this, something like that. And also let's connect the second layers formant, link to controller, choose the same one, choose accept, and we got something like this now.
Girl, boy, fatty this. Girl, boy, fatty this.
That sounds nice. Now we got the build up, and okay, finally let's go to the second drop. In here we will have a fake drop, which is like the most important thing in modern hard techno. Let me put some big snare to here.
Girl, boy, fatty this.
So for the fake drop, you gotta use different type of kick drum. So I just find this hardcore kick from a sample pack I bought. Let's check the key. It says D C sharp, so half step up. Okay, now it's in key. Let's chop it. Okay, that's a nice start. Should I give a little bit reverb? Fake drop kicks. I like to give just a little bit reverb to it. And then we can start teasing the second drop lead. And in here, let's put another kick, which is, I find, just a hard style kick. Not to give this instantly. This is what he's doing in his tracks. We can just tease our first drop lead again, like this. Oh, I think we should use the higher octave instead of the low octave in here as well. Let me copy paste this to here. Okay, it sounds nice. We will have the snares from the previous part, like this. And vocals again.
Girl, boy, baddie this.
Let's put the crashes.
Girl, boy, baddie this.
And the second drop starts. Now we need to switch the kicks. So again, that's the kick I'm gonna use. This is a hardcore kick. So there's a channel called Techno Vault. They have nice hardcore kick tutorials. You can check it out. I also have some similar tutorials. So let me just create a new baseline for this. I like to cut the kick in order to get some space for my bass, but I like to keep the tail of this sample as well. You know, the top layer. So which we will do something like this. Let me put the kicks to here. Let's call it kick tail, and this is gonna be the main kick. Hardcore kick. So the kick tail, we will just cut the low frequencies. Then we can just layer them like this. And now for the bass, again, I'm gonna use Serum. So I have this 808 style sound. I'm gonna just hold a note. And then let me clone the processing for the first bass. I can just use it. I think this kick needs some low end boost. Yeah, like this. I think that's gonna work. Now let's work on the second drop. And let's bring the leads. So we gotta create the call parts. Now we got the responses. And we already have the synth. I'm just gonna have like... So that's the first part. Let's duplicate this one. I'm gonna get rid of the ending so I can just use the first droplet as fill. Also, let's copy probably all the fills and everything to here as well. Like this. And maybe in the second loop, the call lead can be 1 octave lower. And before we end the track, we will just have one more surprise for the audience, which we will switch the kick and bass again. I'm gonna go back to first kick and bass. And now we will have a psytrance bass. What a surprise, right? Let me place it in here. So this is my preset. I just tweak it a little bit. So this is one of my presets. Let's place the MIDI. I'm not gonna process it much, just a proper sidechain. 2 kickstarts, that's what I'm usually doing currently. For the outro side part, we will just get the leads from the last part of the first drop, and then that's it. The track is gonna finish.
Ice lips, hot hips. I guess we dip. Ice lips, hot hips. I guess we dip.
Before we listen this part, I think we can do some interesting stuff like this. We can introduce the side bass build up as well, just like this part. The arrangement wise, this type of tracks are a little bit complicated in my opinion, and this requires like studying, you know, to get used to it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a filter automation like this. And let's double the kicks.
Girl, boy, fatty this.
And the smile washout patch.
Girl, boy, fatty this.
Maybe I can just place some very little build up before the first drop, then we can have the final preview of the track. I'm gonna also copy some crashes. And also let me bring some vocals.
Ice lips, hot. Girl, boy, fatty this. Ice lips, hot hips, girl, boy, batty this night. Guess we dip, girl, boy, batty this. Ice lips, hot hips, girl, boy, batty this night. Guess we dip, girl, boy, batty this. Ice lip.
Okay guys, I think I finished the production now and I'm gonna get a final listen to the track. So please let me know what you think. So I hope you learned something from this tutorial, and if you like to get this FLP, check the memberships of my YouTube and Patreon. And also I'm gonna put my Udemy link for the description, my commission link. If you subscribe from that link, I'm gonna earn some commissions as well. So today that was it guys. See you on the next video. Peace. Bye bye.
Girl, boy, fatty this. Eyes, lips, hot hips, girl, boy, baddie this night, kiss, we dip, girl, boy, baddie this. Eyes, lips, hot hips, girl, boy, baddie this night, kiss, we dip, girl, boy, baddie this. Eyes, lips, hot hips, girl, boy, baddie this night, kiss, we dip, girl, boy, baddie this. Eyes, lips, hot hips, girl, boy, baddie this night, kiss, we dip, girl, boy, baddie this. Girl, boy, baddie this. Girl, boy, baddie this.